Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is your Thiccc! Andy Brown! And his opponent wrestling out of the red corner, from Deerfield, Massachusetts, weighing in at 245 pounds, he is the current Grand Champion, the Human Monster Truck, Perry Von Vicious!
Your Pro Wrestling Grind Brave New World main event. The defending Pro Wrestling Grind Grand Champion Perry Von Vicious defending against your Thick Daddy, in some realms, your Sick Daddy, Andy Brown, for the grandest prize in the Emerald Ring.
Let's peel back the layers here, Torres. Not only is this Deerfield versus now a current Philly resident, there's a little element of NorCal versus SoCal to this. Perry Von Vicious had been a staple of the NorCal scene. Andy Brown came up in SoCal and still feels that that is first home. But now that show of respect, these Golden State Warriors.
But you gotta watch out for that, because Andy Brown has been keeping some unsavory company as of late. And I gotta wonder, for all the smiles, we know the smile all too well of the root of all evil, Charles Mason, and I see that smile in Andy Brown's face, and they seem awfully similar.
We don't know how deep those roots have gone into the Thick Daddy, to his arsenal, to his behavior, to his mindset. But one thing is for sure, we know that Andy Brown's career was sidelined by the injury that he suffered in 2024. Since coming back to pro wrestling, since coming back to Pro Wrestling Grind, has been largely in the wins column. It's what's gotten him to this #1 contendership opportunity and his shot to claim Pro Wrestling Grind gold.
And he's no stranger to Perry Von Vicious in these very confines. In fact, he's taken a most unceremonious ride once upon a time. And I gotta believe that might have fed into the changing attitude that we've seen elsewhere from Andy Brown.
No doubt about that. We know Andy Brown, with that swivel of the hips, we know Andy Brown, his least favorite ride is most certainly the Perry Go-Round.
He will never, ever buy a fast pass at such a kiosk for such a ride. And he's hoping that he doesn't have to even think about that. Whether it be that diving elbow to the back of the head, as we saw at Blitzkrieg Pro. Whether Charles Mason shows up, because I'm still keeping my eyes out. Perry Von Vicious, that's West Coast Perry. You were telling us about NorCal, SoCal. That's what they learn out in California. You want to learn how to scissor a head, you better fly to California.
Perry going back to some lucha roots. And Andy Brown showing his appreciation.
Tijuana? No, he doesn't wanna.
Definitely not, but I think one thing that's really wise about Andy Brown is he's had the opportunity to game plan as much as possible and show him that he's got some hops of his own.
West Coast Andy, as I live and breathe. See, the whole Thick Daddy thing, it's a misdirect. The guy can fly. He doesn't want you to know that, but he can.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, come
Wait a minute.
Got to give the people what they want.
Hold on.
Oh, my God. He's bringing it around town. That swivel of the hips ditches that crop top. Andy Brown is now at full capacity.
Not a dry seat in the house.
Oh, and fans on their feet vying for that crop. Oh, instead.
For Perry. Well, I got to believe that's going to be given away on the official Perry Von Vicious Twitch channel. Wait, you wouldn't.
Oh, I think he would, Torres.
If it fits, it chips. Thick Perry, Sick Perry.
I mean, thick is really, it's a mindset. You got to be thick in your heart. And now, Perry's going to get in on it. Andy Brown showing Perry how it's done. See, even when you're a Grand Champion, you can learn a thing or two.
folks asked nicely, Andy Brown will post a tutorial on YouTube about how to accomplish such a thing.
You can learn too, but wait now, all of a sudden now shoving has devolved in this main event Grind Grand Championship bout.
Yeah, Andy Brown had enough of that. Not looking to be hoisted on his own petard.
Oh, return fire. I think Andy Brown had been apologizing. Maybe just let the fury get the better of him.
That's more of that West Coast flavor. We know the West Coast. That's the closest you can get to Japan. These two now, very comfortable in striking distance.
Oh, God. And I do wonder, we know about the fatality pile driver. We know Andy Brown is used to taking people off his feet. How much of his arsenal is going to have to change as we have devolved now into a chop battle?
Yeah, all friendliness, all Queensberry rules have been jettisoned out the window.
But now, barreling into that uppercut and the Thick Daddy.
And Andy Brown stringing the maneuvers together with utmost efficiency. Takes me back to Fear of the Dark. Andy Brown, he knows that this is a valuable chance to make a new impression. At that time, it was to the promotion as a whole, but now a whole new, a brave new world here in Florence.
You are certainly right. Andy Brown now trying to stomp a hole through the already reddened chest of the human monster truck.
And Andy Brown, especially comfortable when he's in the driver's seat, when he knows the box score favors him.
Andy Brown is very keenly aware of the fan support for both himself and Perry Von Vicious. We know what an element the fan support can play to the combatants, to the warriors inside the Emerald Ring. Andy Brown now into that cover, sweeping away the arm of Perry Von Vicious, but it's only good for one, Torres.
The most efficient you can be as a combatant is knowing how to take the crowd out of the equation, how to be an effective away team, as it were. But Andy Brown, as we'd said before, coast to coast with his travels. He's been the away team for quite some time. He's just found new homes along the way. But Perry Von Vicious, just a rock's throw away from old Deerfield. He does not want to leave Florence, our Florence debut, empty-handed. But Andy Brown, the vigor running just as hot with your thick daddy, your sick daddy. Is that Charles Mason? Nope, never mind. Didn't see him.
If you know anything about Andy Brown, you know that he is fueled by piss and vinegar. You're going to get so much out of him when you underestimate him.
And ever since that alignment with the seventh circle, blood you can add to that recipe. The low bridge, out goes Perry Von Vicious.
PVV. Uh-oh, and a crumpled heap at ringside. Andy Brown now off of those ropes. Oh, diverts it.
All the brakes are good on that thoroughbred.
Cartwheels off, lands on his feet. Does Andy Brown crack right to the jaw of the human monster truck? And I gotta say, since Andy Brown came back from that knee injury, I don't think I've seen him cartwheel off of the apron. It just goes to show the gravity of this matchup. He's pulling out all the stops as the Thick Daddy.
He told everybody when he first made his return to professional wrestling that he's coming back better than ever before. And a lot of folks wondered, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, look no further. Exhibit A. And sometimes Andy Brown, he holds the heaviest rounds for the championship bouts.
Oh, wow. Doubled over by a boot from the current champ.
Perry Von Vicious now.
That's using your noggin.
Right on the button. Nary a knockout shot. But Andy Brown now in hot pursuit. Hey now. Open up with the knife that's chopped.
And our official, Trevor Terry, more than halfway through his count. Andy Brown just hitting the reset on that count, if you will.
Wisely done. That championship advantage coming into play. You don't have to, if you're the champion, you don't have to beat your contender. Your contender has chance to beat you.
You are certainly right about that. And Andy Brown has challenged for gold and has held gold all across this country. He is someone that is very well acquainted with a champion's advantage. He's had it himself different places.
And he's been on that wrong end. He's had the disqualification in a bout where he'd left empty-handed despite in the record books being the victor.
So very right. But now Andy Brown with Perry Von Vicious in a compromising position. Could be looking for a pile driver. Once again.
Had him vertical, but Perry now gets the legs under him into the back body drop.
Incredible shift of body weight from the defending champion. Andy Brown being checked on can continue in this main event matchup. The Grind Grand Championship is on the line. Challenger and champion staring daggers.
Perry, a lot of runway created, flies on into the splash, pops the hips into the Saito suplex.
High angle on that one. Andy Brown using the ropes to get back to a vertical base, and now whip reversed. Off of the ropes goes Perry into that fence press. Into the cover now.
I gotta believe Vader is smiling down from above.
No doubt about that. Andy Brown with that quick lift of the hips. Keeps himself alive. Keeps that challenge opportunity alive.
And Perry now, he could be pondering that Perry-go-round. That very maneuver that we alluded to earlier. The one that Andy Brown, not a big fan of.
Certainly not, no.
But hold on now, maybe looking to do the deal.
Look at this now, that vertical position driven down by the human monster truck. Now the cover. Only good for two, Torres.
And not quite doing the deal, not quite a Falcon Arrow, but a Perry Von Vicious stalling suplex, a brainbuster variant. What's good for the goose. And now, swirl of the fingers. I gotta believe Perry Von Vicious gifted Andy Brown his own fast pass.
Andy Brown would love everything in his power to refuse a fast pass, that ride on the Perry-go-round, but he might not have much of a choice in the matter.
Perry pointing to the heavens.
Props up the Thick Daddy up on that top turnbuckle.
And just like that, the heavyweight setup.
The loading position for the Perry-go-round. The eyes are wide, the mouth agape. Andy Brown.
Not again, not again.
Trying to anchor himself, his boots on the rope, and trying to figure out a way. Able to spare himself from
well done. Well done. A different adjustment from last time around for Andy Brown. Creases Perry with the kick. Keep your eyes on this in reverse.
Catches it on the rebound with the cutter.
Be kind, rewind. Both combatants down. Our Brave New World main event. The Pro Wrestling Grind Grand Championship hanging in the balance. Who's going to leave our Florence debut with their back 20 pounds heavier?
That is a great question. Your guess is as good as mine. Andy Brown with that cutter.
We're in extra innings.
Certainly are. All that we've done is get both people to sea level here.
If this was European football or hockey, we're in shootout territory. I probably shouldn't have said that too loud. They might have heard me, and we might be heading to the proverbial pistols at dawn.
But look at these two nodding, that acknowledgement of one another, dishing the shots back and forth.
Both of these two of the most gifted strikers in the game. We've been talking about them as all-rounders all the while, but it always seems to devolve to such a situation. Slugging. Iron, sharpening iron.
A great equalizer. Nothing quite like a strike battle. Championship gold on the line.
Both of these two on rubber legs. Andy Brown stacking up the rights.
Off of the ropes, cut off at the pass. Big boot incoming from Perry Von Vicious.
Look at the stack up, the bicycle kick out of Andy Brown.
And Brown now, trying for the ropes, doubles back. Sweeps behind, snapping with the German suplex.
And Andy Brown feeling it, pop of the hips
frustration, fire, what have you. Now both men.
Perry Von Vicious takes a spill to the outside. Andy Brown does the same.
Our official Trevor Terry checking on champion and challenger. Main event now rolling on here at Brave New World.
And folks, if you have been listening to myself and Alyssa Marino for some time, there's something that we always bring up: referees' discretion. And our referee here at Pro Wrestling Grinds 2026 premiere at a brand new venue, at a brand new world. I don't think we're looking to end things with a double count out.
Certainly not. It's Perry Von Vicious with his, oh God, I thought momentarily had his hands clasped around that bottom rope. Trevor Terry, more than halfway through the count. Someone's got to answer this call. Don't want to see the main event matchup thrown out.
We're at 8.
We're getting devastatingly close. Mere seconds ticking away. We're at the count of 9, and both combatants are in. The matchup continues.
Well, that couldn't have gotten any closer.
Just barely, Torres.
And Andy Brown, Perry Von Vicious, challenger and champion alike. Eyes locked. Center of the Emerald Ring. Something is going to give. Andy Brown asking for more.
Now look at the eyes all lit up.
There's a little Charles Mason in there.
The threat, the promise of violence, as now these two just swinging at the fences for one another.
And both of these two, that inner cuff blocking the strikes of the other.
Whoa!
Hold on now, what for Uncle Sid? The big red snapper.
Now to retain, Perry Von Vicious won! Andy Brown shaking his head, says no way, nuh-uh, ain't no how.
Well, we saw off the heels of the last time Andy Brown was able to challenge for the Bedlam Championship, did not leave in such a great state of mind. He's not looking to leave another championship bout empty-handed.
But Andy Brown, he's struggling on his feet, can barely keep a vertical base. Oh, geez, the expletive's flying, but so is the elbow shiver.
And now Perry Von Vicious now. One more for his fallen Uncle Sid. Like hooked.
Still Andy Brown digging down deep, kicking out. Talk about resilience, Torres.
And Perry now. That snap powerbomb. Frequently a phase shifter in the arsenal of Perry Von Vicious. He knows, you can see he's thinking it through. He just swallowed the fingers before his own eyes. Is this the time? Got to check his watch. Is the fast pass running right now?
It could be the time frame of the fast pass that Perry Von Vicious has issued Andy Brown.
Oh yeah, it's Andy Brown's time in line. He's certainly tall enough to ride.
Oh, but look at Andy Brown just crumpling at the feet of the defending Grind Grand Champion.
Well, Perry Von Vicious has got to muscle the Thick Daddy up.
Wait a second, scrambling out. High kick connecting to Perry Von Vicious.
An homage to the great Mirko Cro Cop. The knee strike finds home. And now, pile driver.
Gets it! Oh, Perry Von Vicious, Andy Brown now. Extra oomph from the fans here. And finish him.
Got it.
Oh, this could be it. New champ, new champ. Only two.
And who knew exactly what the strongest round in the armory was for Andy Brown, but Perry Von Vicious, how far back they go. It's going to take one more, two more, perhaps a package pile driver, perhaps something else entirely.
When you think about just how precious the Grind Grand Championship is to Perry Von Vicious, he's going to go down fighting.
Andy Brown knows he has to dig that deep indeed, perhaps to the roots of all evil.
And now stripping off the elbow pad. Looking for another finish in, perhaps.
Is this the one?
Oh no! Rolled out of harm's way to PVV Andy Brown. Crashing to the mat.
Who knows it like Perry Von Vicious?
Oh, and now looking for that Perry go round once again. Andy Brown slips out the back.
A lot of runway created. Steps off the bottom rope into the knee strike.
Rolling through, going into that COD. No, shoved off by Vicious. Clobbered between the shoulder blades and now in perfect position for the Perry go round.
Crucifix hooked up. Fast pass punched. We're swollen. Perry go round.
Nasty landing, and now Perry to retain. No! Andy Brown kicked out of the Perry go round.
Emptying out the armory are these two. The grandest round in each chamber has landed flush. Now the next question. Now what?
Truly, where do we go from here, Torres? I would say that you and I are both very familiar with Andy Brown matches, with Perry Von Vicious's matches. Definitely agree with all the fans here in Florence.
Finish him, Perry go round, respectively, have notched gold in their paths. They're gonna need one more of each potentially to notch it in their present.
Yeah, does it get to a point where you just have to keep stacking the offense that you know and love to be the most effective? But at this point, both of these combatants are so much worse for wear.
Perry Von Vicious now, first to his feet.
But even
he's been through it.
Yeah, you can see Perry grimacing in pain. Andy Brown in a very, a dangerous place already on the apron like this, but can't even make it to his feet right now.
And Perry Von Vicious, this may be unwise, and this may not lead to a 3 count, but it will certainly lead to the end of the bout.
What in the world? Perry Von Vicious, wait, Andy Brown looked like he was trying to anchor himself on the ropes.
As you should.
Ducks the blow. Quick kick right to the face.
And again, Andy Brown has to beat Perry Von Vicious. Perry Von Vicious does not have to beat Andy Brown.
Oh my God, Perry Von Vicious.
Uh-oh.
On the apron, the pile driver from Andy Brown.
But how much good did that do him? He's got to get the champ back in the ring.
Might have just put himself in a tougher position, imparted this devastating offense.
You can see the moment just set in. Andy Brown, the hands on the head. The great equalizer for Andy Brown, but he knows now he has to get the champ back in the ring or leave empty-handed.
Exactly right. These two have been going through the thick of it together. But if Trevor Terry counts out Perry Von Vicious, Perry still leaves with the Grind Grand Championship.
And Andy Brown's future is left in flux. And I think the reality is starting to set in for Uptown Andy Brown.
Perry Von Vicious shaking on the barricade, trying to make it to a vertical base. Halfway through the count is Trevor Terry, and Perry Von Vicious is back in the ring. Andy Brown now
dives on in to finish him.
And repositions Perry in the center of the Emerald Ring. This Emerald battlefield